Hi, everyone. Welcome to our summer orientation series for families, which includes sessions each Wednesday at noon throughout the summer, and recordings are posted to our webpage for your convenience. Our summer series touches on a wide variety of topics, all of which we hope will help you to help your students thrive as they transition to Dickinson and then throughout the time that they're here. The Q&A option is available for this webinar, so please don't hesitate to ask any questions that you might have. We'll save some time at the end of the presentation to make sure all those questions are answered. My name is Kimberly Steiner. I am the Associate Director of Campus Life, and I oversee orientation. As the summer goes on, there may be questions that you have, and if so, feel free to contact our office at Campus Life, or you can email us at orientation@dickinson.edu. So our session today is called From Loans to Laundry, and it's an opportunity to hear about tuition payments, financial aid, and on-campus student spending accounts. Our presenters today are Laura Alonso, who is the Director of Financial Aid, and Diane Powers, who is the Assistant Bursar. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to get started. So my name is Alora. Like was said, I'm the Director of Financial Aid here. And so I just want to talk to you about a couple of things today. The first thing to talk about is our financial aid timeline this summer, right? So where we are right now. So June 15th, which was about 3 days ago, is the recommended date that we ask that you apply for any private alternative or federal direct parent plus loans to ensure that these are subtracted from the fall bill. If they're not completed by the state, you will need to subtract those disbursements or those loans manually from your payment. And the reason for that is it just takes time for those to come in and for those to be processed. They will reflect later on, but just be aware of that. The end of the month, June 30th, is the recommended date for students to accept their federal loans and complete federally required entrance counseling and master promissory notes in order for those to be subtracted from the fall bill. So here at Dickinson, we have 3 steps that are required. So the first one is to actively accept federal direct loans. So those are part of financial aid offers for most students, not all students, but for most students. And you do need to go in and actively accept those loans. And then the other 2 pieces, the entrance counseling and master promissory note, as I said, those are federally required. And you would complete those on the same website that you filed your FAFSA. It's studentaid.gov. The next date on here is July 15th. This is the recommended date to apply for private or parent plus loans for those to process for an on-time release. So again, we will still get those things even if you don't do it by that date for whatever reason. Just be aware that they may be somewhat delayed. So that's why we ask that you meet those deadlines. Of course, at any time, you can contact your financial aid counselor if you have a change in your circumstances. We have a section on our website called Meet the Staff. It's for the financial aid side of the website. And what you would do there is you just go there and you can find your financial aid counselor. You can set up an appointment with that person directly on that website via Teams, phone, or in person. You can also email our general email account with any questions about additional student and parent loan options. That email is finaid@dickinson.edu, and that's listed on that slide. So on the next slide, we're going to talk about what you can expect next year, okay? So October 1, 2025, the CSS profile becomes available. So that is our application for institutional financial aid. So Dickinson grant dollars and some other options as well. That is not necessarily required each year. It is required the first year. And then we only require that in future years if there is something that makes us say, okay, we do need some more information. So maybe you're saying your circumstances have changed. You would need to complete a new profile, or maybe as we're reviewing your aid eligibility, we notice that some things might be a little bit different. So we're going to ask you to complete that. Otherwise, we do require that you complete the FAFSA each academic year. And the next FAFSA will become available October 1, 2025. Generally, I do have an asterisk there saying that that can change, it can be flexible, so just be aware of that. And then May 1 is our overall deadline in terms of continuing students to complete their documents. So that's the FAFSA, the upper class online financial aid application, and again, only completing that profile if there's a change in circumstances. We typically always release financial aid awards or offers in the end of June for our continuing students. Now, for first year students, for your students, you receive those offers in mid-March, and that's because we release those at the time of admission. It's different as a continuing student because we're working on packaging our incoming students, and then we flip to our returning students in May. And then again, it's the end of June that we have those financial aid offers typically available. So that's it for my portion. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer those now. Otherwise, we'll save some time at the end for questions. I'm still going to be on here. I'm just turning my camera off so that Diane can do her part of the presentation, but otherwise I'll be here at the end for those questions. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Alora. I appreciate it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dickinson. My name is Diane Powers. Like Kim had mentioned, I'm the assistant bursar here at Dickinson College. I've been here for 22 years, have put 2 children through college that they went elsewhere. But so if you have any questions or concerns after we discuss the materials that I go over today, and if for some reason I'm not the proper department or I am unable to answer that question for you, please just give me a call regardless. And if I can't answer it, I can direct you to the right person or department that can answer those questions for you. So the first thing is FERPA release. In the federal eyes, your student is now considered an adult. So if you, the parent, would like to talk to any given department with regards to your student, we ask that your student fills out a FERPA release, giving their permission, their consent for us to talk to the parent on the behalf of the college and with regards to your student's account. The instructions below provides your student with where they would go to find this FERPA consent form that they would complete for our registrar's office, and then it's filed so that all departments have that access to see that your student did complete it so that we can all talk to you. Whenever your student does log on to their gateway portal for their first time, they will get an interrupt screen asking them to complete some financial responsibility documents or acknowledgements. The first one is the e-sign acknowledgement form, which is just so that your student is fully aware that from here on out, everything's done electronically, nothing's mailed home. So they're accepting that they can accept the materials electronically. The other one is the financial responsibility statement, where it goes over the responsibilities of them as a student with regards to their billing, payment responsibilities. If for some reason anything were to go into default or they become inactive and they still have a debt owing, what that could eventually cause with default and collections. Also with regards to withdrawals and communications of what they would need to do if they ever decide to withdraw or take a leave of absence at Dickinson. The third thing is to go over Dickinson's refund policy. I'll go over that as well in a later slide. But Dickinson does have our own refund policy in place, but we also offer for families to enroll in the Grad Guard tuition insurance policy. It's kind of like renter's insurance, but for tuition. And they get a pop-up screen with regards to that as well, asking them to say yes, that they want more information to learn more about it, or no, they're not interested at it at this time. Billing statements. Dickinson College, our office generates fall semester tuition bills early July with a due date of the end of July. Spring semester tuition bills will be generated early January with a due date of the middle of January because that's whenever the semester starts. All of our billing statements are generated electronically. No hard bills are mailed to the student's home address. So all students will receive an email notification to their Dickinson email each and every month that a billing statement is generated. If your student sets you up with parent proxy, which I will go over in the next slide, then the parents will also receive an email notification every single month that a billing statement has been generated for you, letting you know there is a billing statement out on your portal for you to view and submit payment on as well. On the actual tuition billing statements that are generated in July and in January, you will give you a full detail line by line, letting you know what each charge is with a description and a dollar amount. It will also reflect authorized aid, which oftentimes are those grants and scholarship monies that financial aid is awarding to your student if your student receives financial aid. If you see anything that falls under memoed financial aid on that billing statement, that oftentimes is federal funding, oftentimes loans, that is letting you know that maybe there is still some steps that your student needs to still fulfill in order for those funds that fall under memoed aid to be taken into calculation to determine what your difference owing out of pocket is. If you do see that there are memoed financial aid line items on your billing statement, those are not yet deducted from the total due. If you know that your child is planning on taking out the loan, for instance, that's falling under memoed aid, and you know that you are working with your child in completing those loan documents in order for Dickinson to receive those loan funds, by all means, you may go ahead and take the total due that is reflected on that July or January billing statement and manually subtract those memoed aid line items from your total due and submit the difference by the due date. Again, we are always here for you to give us a call to further discuss and just go over and confirm what you're looking at so that we can reassure you of what your difference owing out of pocket is going to be. We also, I went over all of that, so we're good on that screen. Proxy access. Like I said, your student needs to set you up with proxy access in order for you to have the ability to receive the Dickinson College monthly billing statements. Your students have already started to receive those emails from our office to their Dickinson email starting the beginning of May. I try to send out those emails weekly until your student does this. It does indicate that it is mandatory. Just because we like the students to make sure that their parents have that access to view the billing statements. Make sure that whenever your student does log on to complete the proxy access setup, that they fill out all of the necessary steps. And I'll show you that here in the next area. So they'll complete the profile tab, which provides your name, your relationship, your email, but then they'll also have to click on the authorization tab where they have to either select all or pick and choose what they want you to have access to view. Student account is the first one, statement and payment history, clearly you want that. Financial aid is the next 4 screens where you would have the ability to see their financial aid award, if the student still needs to complete information for the financial aid office in order to receive information. The last few screens deal with the registrar's office's information, where you would have the ability to see your students' grades, the classes in which they are enrolled in, if they have any holds on their accounts. So again, it is the responsibility of your student to set you up with this access. It is at your student's discretion on what screens they want each individual to have access to see. Sorry, I wanted to go back to the proxy access screen. So again, once your student does set you up with this proxy access, you will receive an email notification from our office informing you on what you need to do to activate it. And by all means, again, we're always here. If you or your student runs into any questions or concerns while doing this, give us a call. I also have found that it is wise for your student and for the parents to always be on an actual computer to pull up your billing statements. Oftentimes when doing it through your phone, you do not have the full access to all of what is available to you. Payment methods. Clearly, whenever you and your child are set up with this online portal access, you do have the ability to make electronic payments online through your portals via ACH, automatic withdrawal from your bank account. You will not be assessed any additional fees when selecting to pay by that method, or you can also pay by credit card or debit card. If you select to pay using your card, you would be assessed a 2.6% fee. When paying online through the student's gateway portal or through the parent's proxy portal, your payment is reflected in real time, immediately reflects on your student's account. If you were to pay through the ACI link through Dickinson's main website, which is available to everybody, it takes us 2 to 3 business days, all depending on what method you select to pay by, credit card or ACH, for us to actually receive that payment, post it onto your student's account for you to be able to have access to see that on your portals or on your student's gateway. We also offer the monthly payment plan through a company called Nelnet, and I'll go over that in the next slide. For international students, we offer the Flywire or Convera site for you to convert your foreign currency funds into US dollars through either one of those platforms, whatever one you feel benefits you the best. Or you could also wire transfer funds to the college. And if you need our wiring information, you can call or email our office and we can provide you with that information. We still also accept hard checks in the mail. And if you wish to mail us a hard check, our mailing address would be Dickinson College Attention Student Accounts Office. Make sure you put it to the attention of our office so that we do receive it. And it's P.O. Box 1773, Carlisle, PA. 17013. If for some reason you are here on campus, or if your student wishes to pay in person whenever they arrive here on campus, you are more than welcome to stop by our office during our office hours, which is Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can submit payment in cash or a physical check at that time as well. We do not have the means in our office to accept credit card payments. The Nelnet monthly payment plan. So again, a lot of our families do opt to select this payment plan structure because it breaks down your semester's out-of-pocket cost into smaller, more manageable monthly payments for you, instead of paying Dickinson that lump sum semester's out-of-pocket cost by the due date, which would be the end of July for fall semester. They do charge a $50 enrollment fee per semester if you'd like to enroll in that payment plan. Right now, since we're already the middle of June, for a fall payment plan, Nelnet is offering their 4-month payment plan that goes into effect the beginning of July and runs until the beginning of October. If you were to have had the ability to enroll in Nelnet before the June cutoff date, which was June 3rd, you would have been eligible for their 5-month payment plan. Nelnet takes your word on what you want to budget with them, because each family's financial situations are different. Some families receive financial aid. Some families have 2 parents that contribute towards the education. Some have grandparents. Some have outside scholarship monies that are contributing. So again, at the end of the day, Nelnet takes your word on what you want to budget. And we are always here if you want to crunch figures with us over the phone to come up with a good approximate amount of what you want to budget, so that you can properly set up your Nelnet payment plan accordingly. The deadline date to enroll in a fall payment plan with Nelnet is August 1st. Keep in mind, if you do wait until the end of July or August 1st to enroll in their payment plan, you'd be offered a 3-month payment plan that runs from August to October. The spring enrollment is open now for you to do so. Obviously, if you enroll in the spring payment plan and set that up in October, excuse me, you'd be signing up for a 5-month payment plan. How Dickinson works with those families that participate with the Nelnet monthly payment plan is Nelnet sends me a report each and every month letting me know of the families that have enrolled in with them, along with wiring me your monthly payments that you send into Nelnet. So Dickinson will pre-apply your full budget amount for that given semester up front on your student's account. And then we wait for your monthly payments to pay us back. So if at any time you ever receive a monthly billing statement from Dickinson College and it shows that you have a balance still owing out of pocket, that would be over and above what you have budgeted with Nelnet. So it could be either one, we didn't calculate your Nelnet budget correctly whenever you enrolled in with them. Two, it could be that there may be still pending financial aid monies that haven't dispersed, or outside scholarship monies that the college hasn't received yet. Or it could also be that your student had incurred incidental charges and those have been reflected on your given month's billing statement in detail for you to see. Again, if at any time you ever receive a billing statement from our office and you have questions, we're always here to answer those questions. Health insurance. Dickinson does require all students to have health insurance, whether it is provided by the parents or by the college. Students will start to receive emails from our office probably starting July 1st, and those emails go out weekly to students asking them to log on to our insurance broker's website and either enroll in or waive out of Dickinson's health insurance by the deadline date, which is August 29th. Again, those emails go out weekly to your student. If your student still has not taken action and we are getting closer to the deadline date of August 29th, then we will start to include parent proxy users on those email notifications. Again, as long as your student sets you up with a proxy. The coverage for this upcoming 25-26 school year for health insurance is $1,905. It is through Aetna Insurance. That coverage runs from August 1st of 25 till July 31st of 26. So it is a full year's coverage. It covers students no matter what state you are in and also abroad. Personally, what I would do if you do have health insurance for your student, you may want to call your insurance provider just to confirm my student's going to be in Pennsylvania. What does that coverage entail if my student needs to have any type of services while in Pennsylvania? If you are satisfied with that type of coverage that your insurance company is going to be providing, then by all means waive out of Dickinson's health insurance. If for some reason you're not satisfied with what coverage your provider will offer while in Pennsylvania, or if your student doesn't have health insurance, you will want to enroll in it. For those families that do enroll in Dickinson's health insurance, instead of billing you that lump sum of $1,900 all up front, we split it in half. We'll charge you $953 in the fall, reflected on your fall bill, and then in the spring on your January billing statement, we will bill you the other half, which would be $952. Let's hypothetically say that you do have coverage for your child right now and you waive out of the health insurance, but then come January, something happened and you lost that insurance coverage and you would like to purchase Dickinson's, that's fine, no problem at all. Just give us a call. We'll probably connect you with our insurance broker so that you can get that enrollment activated. He will also quote you what dollar amount your remaining annual coverage will consist of. He'll send us an email letting us know what dollar amount to charge your student account for a billing statement to go out the next month so that you can pay that coverage amount. Student charging and declining balance. So whenever your student arrives here on campus, they are given a photo ID card. That photo ID card will have their meal plan swipes on there, gives them access to buildings after hours, gives them access to the main door of their dormitory building, not their actual room, but their building. But it also acts like a credit card here on campus. So if your student does not have their own personal monies on hand, or a credit card or a debit card on hand, and they want to go to the bookstore and buy something that the bookstore sells, or if for some reason they want to go to the Devil's Den, which is like a little Unimart downstairs in the hub, or if for some reason they were to go over their meal plan allotment for the week and want more food or drinks or whatever dining services offers, they can swipe their ID card like a credit card at that time of purchase, and those charges will reflect on your next month's billing statement. And keep in mind, whenever those charges reflect on your next month's billing statement, you may see that it's linked with a line item date of, let's just say, October 1st. October 1st is not the actual date in which your student made that charge. It would be the whole month prior. So during the whole month of September's transactions, that's what your student had purchased. The October 1st date is just the date in which I brought those charges over on your student's account to generate a billing statement for you. There are also outside vendors that come here on campus. Again, your student would have the ability to charge and purchase items with those outside vendors that come here on campus. It's only here on campus. They cannot use their student ID as a charge card at off-site locations. So in-town restaurants, stores, things of that nature, their student charging does not work there. If knowing your student, if you do not want your student to have that full-blown charging aspect at all, that you don't want to be surprised on any given month that your student went on a little shopping spree and you receive a billing statement, you, the parent, have the ability to send our office an email asking for a no charging hold to be placed on your child's account. That will then prevent your child from being able to swipe their student ID card and charge incidentals of any nature back home to you. What we encourage families, if you do put that no charging hold on your student's account, we have what's called declining balance. Declining balance is handled through dining services. I provided their phone number. If you place monies onto your student's ID card through the declining balance app, it acts like a debit card access instead of a full-blown charging aspect. I did this personally with my daughter. I gave her $100 on her declining balance. She was able to see what funds she has in real time on her declining balance. If she notices that she is running low on her declining balance funds, she can give me a call, ask if I can add more money to it. I can go onto the app. It's called the Get app, GET app. I can load more monies on there for her so that she can then go and make that purchase wherever here on campus that she wants to purchase. Also, at the time of purchase, whenever your student hands their ID card to the cashier, they will want to be specific and say, I want to charge this to my declining balance. This way, the cashier can toggle into that declining balance account, withdraw the monies from that area, just like a debit card, and then your student can be on their way. If for some reason your student just hands their ID card to the cashier and they're busy chit-chatting with friends, the cashier is going to automatically swipe your student's ID and charge it to their student account. But if you have that no charging hold on their account, that will then prompt the cashier to inquire with your student. I see you can't charge to your student account. How were you wanting to pay for this? And that will then remind your child, oh yes, I want to use my declining balance to pay for those items. Bradgard tuition insurance. As I mentioned in the first screen, your student, we do have a refund policy in place campus-wide. So regardless of the reason of why your student is leaving during a given semester, Dickinson College, we have a refund policy in place that states that if less than 60% of the given semester was completed, Dickinson will prorate tuition, room, and board along with financial aid accordingly. Keep in mind, though, whenever that refund policy goes into effect is based on your student actually completing the proper paperwork with the registrar's office to complete their withdrawal from the college. So it goes off of a lot of factors go into play based off of that date that we use. If more than 60% of the semester was completed, no proration will be done. We also offer the Grad Guard tuition insurance. If you were to purchase Grad Guard's tuition protection insurance, Grad Guard will make sure that you receive 100% of what you insure through them back. So Grad Guard covers that if your student needs to take a medical leave of absence during the school year, they will ensure that you get 100% of your monies back that you insure through them. So if Dickinson College does prorate any of your child's tuition, room, and board expenses, and Dickinson College refunds you any monies, Grad Guard will then step in and cover you for the remaining difference that Dickinson College was not refunding back to you, as long as you purchase them before the start of classes. So their deadline date would be the Friday before the semester starts for you to purchase their insurance. We do also have a cashier's office on campus. It is located in the South College building. They are in with financial aid and student accounts. The cashier's office is open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The cashier's office is utilized by students if they have personal checks, or if grandma and grandpa send them a birthday card in the mail and there's a check in there for $50. That student can stop by the cashier's office while they are open with their student ID card, and we can cash that check for them. So they do not have to have a local bank in order for them to go to their local branch and cash that check. We have the ability to do that for them. Also, if for some reason your student has their own personal checkbook, but they need cash on hand, they can cash a personal check up to $100 with their Dickinson ID in our office as well. Whenever your students arrive here on campus, they'll notice there's different laundry facilities in each dorm building, but also in the hub. And on the walls in those washroom areas, they will see that they can download this app, which will provide your student, letting them know what laundry facilities have available washer and dryers. No cost is assessed to the student. This app, if your student downloads it, it just assists them in locating what areas have available machines, and it also will then let them know when their wash is complete, when their drying is complete. This way they don't have to sit in the laundry facility area to wait for their laundry to be done. And again, this is just our contact information for student accounts, financial aid, and also dining services. If you need to give us a call or email us, this is our contact information. Any questions that popped up during our?
Nope, not yet. If anybody has any questions, feel free to add it to the Q&A at the bottom of your screen.
I went over that quickly.
And keep in mind too, it is a lot of information, and this is going to be posted on our website in the area where you found the link to this. So you can go back and review it too, because it's really helpful information, but it might feel a little bit overwhelming now, but to come back later and to be able to look at it again could be really helpful.
Right. And again, like I mentioned earlier on, please feel free to give us a call, send us an email. If I'm not able to answer the question, I can make sure that I direct you to the right person and department that can.
Okay. No questions in the chat. So we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you so much, Diane and Allura, for joining us and for helping us to get another step closer towards students arriving in just about 2 months from now, right? Yeah, it's exciting. All right, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you very much.
everybody.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.